Well, hello everybody. It's Pip here from queenpipcards.com, looking very Viking today. I'm going to wait for everyone to come on. Do you like my Viking hat with my horns going up and my lovely ponytails, pigtails? This was a present from my team leader, my upline, Diane, at my craft retreat this weekend. So I thought I'd share it with all of you. And you can tell me what you think of my hat and whether you think it suits me. It definitely matches my hair. Hi, Melly. Lovely to see you. Has my card arrived to you yet, Melly? Thank you. I don't know who that is, but it is a nice hat, right? So if you are joining me from my group, then you need to make sure that you do this so that StreamYard knows who is talking to me. So do that and then your name will appear. Okay, so pop off and do that and then that will work better. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Hannah. Melly says she loves my hat. So yeah, so this was a gift from my upline during the retreat this past weekend. She always gives me a gift when I earn the incentive trip. It's become like a standing thing now that she gets me a gift. And she didn't want to, normally she gives it to me on stage, but on stage is in Vienna this year. So she didn't want to carry it all the way out to Vienna for me to have to pack and carry all the way back again. So she gave it to me today, over the weekend, yesterday, in fact. So it's cool, isn't it? It's because we're going to Norway. She also gave me a lovely book on Norway and how to get around and all that kind of thing. But isn't it cool? It's fabulous. And also matches my hair. So, you know, it's all good. So I might take it to on stage and wear it. It's a bit different from my normal crown. So it's my Viking crown. That's what it is. Dear. Oh, now the hat. Yeah. Thanks, Martha. Cheryl says now the hat makes sense. Yes, it's all for Norway. It's all about Norway. So, but anyway, enough of that silliness. My voice is really croaky because I've been talking pretty much non-stop for the whole weekend. We had a lovely time and I cannot wait. Cheryl and Hannah, we're going to have fun this weekend, doing it all again online. So that will be great. Can't wait for that. And I have the dates are now up, but don't book in anything. If you're coming to retreat next weekend, don't book up anything until you speak to me at retreat. So that's all I'm saying. But yes, I have actually posted the dates for all of next year's in-person retreats, just in case anyone's interested. But it was just an amazing weekend. It was so fab. The hotel was brilliant as ever. The room is amazing. Everyone enjoyed their projects, which I can't show you yet. But I am playing with Leaves of Holly today. Okay? I am playing with Leaves of Holly today because tomorrow we have Suite of Possibilities with Katina. So my video and blog is ready for that. I'm just waiting for Katina to send me her video link and I'll pop that in. And then we will be video hopping tomorrow. All about the Leaves of Holly, but I can't show you everything about the Leaves of Holly because otherwise everybody who's coming to retreat next weekend would see it, right? So I'm not sharing any of those projects tomorrow, which is a shame because I've got like 30 odd projects that I could show you with Leaves of Holly, but it's a week too soon. So don't worry, I will do a special reveal next week at some point during the week live. I will hop on. I don't think I'll do another Monday. We'll do something different next Monday, but next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that, I will hop on and I will do a special live with my retreat reveal. And we'll go through your projects that I've got. So you can see what we get up to at these things called retreats. Hi, Jane. Glad to see you obviously got back home safe and sound. That's good. Right. Okay. So let's get on with some crafting. I haven't actually got anything prepped. I've got some stuff in my head of how I want things to go. Haven't prepped anything because I didn't get back until that's probably 5:30, 6 o'clock last night. And then I was exhausted and just sat and chilled out for the evening. And then this morning, I've been busy putting in orders from people who placed an order with me over the weekend, and also unpacking all my stuff so I could find my leaves of holly to actually talk to you about them today. So I've been busy doing that. Morning, Carol, or afternoon, should I say? It's afternoon, isn't it? But hi anyway. Lovely to have you on here too. Right, so I'm just grabbing some bases. I thought I had some white in here, but obviously not. Oh, this is my stack of card bases. Well, half of it that I generally go through to find stuff that I'm looking for. Okay, we'll start off with those. I can always cut some more. Oh, there's another one I can use. Excellent. I just like making sure that I use the card bases I've got rather than always, doing new ones. Okie dokie. So I have got some interesting colour combinations. I'm not doing traditional colour combinations. I will, I'm doing some different ones. I'm doing kind of traditional, but also some different. Hello, Jackie. Yes, your name has come up. Hello, and thank you very much for your order over the weekend. Thank you. That's lovely. And hopefully you'll use that to good use, and we will chat more soon. Okay, so having been on the retreat this weekend, as I say, I'm a little bit behind with things. So let's just switch over there. There we go. Let's put some more light on the subject. It's a bit dark, isn't it? Oof, it's a bit dark. Okay, so we're going to talk stamping. But the first thing I want to talk to you about, because we had a question in the group, was how do you score and fold your card bases? So I thought I might as well show you that first of all, because it's quite an easy thing to show. So the first thing I do is pop my card in and take it to the 10.5 centimeters, which is the normal position. And then hopefully you can see, where are we? Can you see here? Can you see that? There's a score line. So there's an indent there. And if you flip it over, you can see there's a bit of a bump. Can you see the bit of a bump? Which way is better? Maybe neither of them are better. Maybe I need to do a bigger bump. Hold on. You can't really see it that side. Let's do that again. Okay, that maybe you can see that a bit better. So there's a little bit of a bump there. So on one side, it's a indent. On the other side, it's a bit of a bump. And I'm going to do a couple of them. I always score, okay, the way I want my card to fold. So, sometimes you might have a bit of a dodgy edge on one side of your cardstock if you use a trimmer. Then I always score away from that. So I put that underneath and I always score down. And that's because I always fold with the indent on the outside. And the bump goes in the middle. And that helps me get a lovely edge. Okay. So bump goes inside, indent goes outside, and you score. And so you fold and then burnish. So I thought I would just do that as a quick tip on how to score your cardstock and get a really great crease every time. Here's one I've already scored earlier. There we go. This is a bone folder, and it just helps you get a lovely edge to your card. Honestly, the difference between using a bone folder and not using a bone folder is huge. And then this will give you one side that it has a slight proud element to it, slightly above the other. Even though 10.5 is exactly half of 21 centimeters. When you score your cardstock, you push the fibers away. So it makes them just that little bigger. And that is always your front. Don't chop it off. It's there to help you just open. Okay. Yeah, they're not supposed to meet properly. They always have a leading edge. And that is your front of your card because it helps somebody flick the back try it. If you cut them at exactly the same, or if you do it the other way, they can't open the card. They have to like flick the card open like that. But if you leave it with that prominent edge on the front, the leading edge, which leads them into opening the card, that is how it's supposed to be. And apparently it comes from bookmaking or something like that. So these are the colours I've got. Aren't they cool? Actually, there's a really nice colour combination as it is. That's Highland Heather. I think it's Sweet Sorbet and Coastal Cabana. I'm just going to check if it is Sweet Sorbet, actually. Where is mine? Here we go. Just want to double check that is Sweet Sorbet, because it could also be Poppy Parade. It's quite, oh, it's Poppy Parade. Okay. It's a nice combination, but it's not the ink I'm using. So I'm going to pop you away. I'm just going to cut a Sweet Sorbet. So yeah, that's just a good tip on how to cut your cardstock and how to score it, and make sure that you have a good leading edge. So indent, fold away, and that will leave you with a little bit of a leading edge. And then burnish with a bone folder. There we go. That's still a really gorgeous combination. It's just a little bit pinker than the Poppy Parade, which is what I want today. Right. Oh, hello. We've got loads of people. More hello, Donna and Bev and Denise and Alison and Margaret. Hello. And we've got a great tip. They never meet properly. Yes, no, but they won't meet properly, but they'll go straighter if you do it that way, and you won't get any cracking. So that's the important thing. Right. Okay. So we've got our card bases, and we're doing beautiful stamping. Beautiful, simple stamping. So the best way to do that is to have a good piece of white. You can use vanilla. I very rarely use vanilla unless it's for specifically warm Christmas colours, but we're not doing warm Christmas colours today. And although I like, I do like putting layers on, and I've got layers here of the colours that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using some Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to, there's a Sweet Sorbet. And I like the idea of maybe putting on have I got a Bermuda Bay? I haven't got Bermuda Bay. That's what I need. Okay, what have we got here? Nope, that's a Balmy Blue. Alrighty. Ooh, that's always a possibility, is to have a nice black one. And then I might do a gorgeous grape. Here we go, because that will go with the Highland Heather. There we go. So I've got 3, but some of them I might want. I'm just going to want just plain. Hi Sharon, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. It's so nice of you to all pop on today, and I apologize already for the croakiness. It's just because I've been busy at my retreat all weekend and I've been chatting far too much. What am I doing? So I'm doing 14.4 by 10. This is always my first layer size. And then I'm holding that just in case. And then I'm going to cut this one down actually to 13.9, because this is our secondary layer, which is then 9.5. Okay. So I hope everyone was all right in those storms. We had horrendous storms here last night. In fact, all day yesterday. So I'm hoping that everybody survived those okay. Oof, they were strong. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be using all of these layers, but I always cut them all at the same time, because then that's mats and layers that I've already got ready, and it gives me some strips for stamping my sentiments, which is always a good idea to have some of these. Obviously that's a little small. That goes in my recycling. We won't be using that. Okay, so let's start off with very, very simple stamping. Now I'm going to use, oh no, not that one, that's a mess. I'm going to use a piece of grid just so that I can go over the side and not get ink everywhere. So let's start off with a little bit more traditional. We'll go red, green as a little bit more traditional, but the colours I've actually picked out are these. So I've got Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce and Sweet Sorbet. So let's start with these. Now these are massive stamps, okay, and they come as two-step. So you stamp this one first and then with a lighter colour, and then you overlay it with this one here, and the same with these, and the same with the berries. Okay. Oh, Bev, hello. Wasn't nice on the motorway home from retreat. Yeah, it was like driving in a car wash. Oh no, that's not good. And Jane, you had the same. I know. I'm just glad everybody got home okay. That's the important thing. So I did a lot of my retreat work just using these less detailed stamps. So I'm going to use them both now, and we'll do the double step. Okay, so put that one in there. I'm going to need my eye blocks. They're very big, as I said, these stamps, which is lovely. Love working with a decent size stamp because you can kind of do a bit more with these than you might think otherwise. But it can be a bit intimidating if you've got a large stamp and a small card base. And you're thinking, well, what do I do with that? How do I make that work? So let me show you. I think a couple of holly leaves is always a good way of showing Christmas. And they don't even need to be together. So we're going to go this way with this one. And then we'll go this way with this one. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my over one, and for my over one I'm going to use my Shaded Spruce. That seems really dark again. Is that dark again to you? Can we turn this up a bit? Get a bit, is that a bit better? That's a bit better, isn't it? There we go. Okay, I've got a frowny face happening. I hope that's not anything that I've done. Don't like frowny faces on my lives in case I've done something wrong. Okay, so we're going to overlay with that one, and you can see roughly where it's going to go because of the stalk, like so. But if you get it wrong a little bit, it doesn't matter. See? Now it will dry a little bit lighter looking. Shaded Spruce is always really dark when it goes first off. So try and get your stalk and a couple of points, and then like your top sorted. There we go. As I say, if you're a little bit off, it doesn't really matter. It's lovely, isn't it? Not pretty. And then to make it really Christmassy, you really just need a little red, even if it's a different kind of red. So I'm going to put just some simple words in the middle, and the words that we've got here are these, but the words that I think, so you've got season's greetings, Christmas wishes, etc. So I'm thinking Christmas wishes for this one. I'll make this really simple. There we go. And if you feel a bit funny about doing like going straight on like that, because you can just go straight on here like this. I always put my stamping on a grid if I'm going to do some words. And then I try and line up the words with the grid behind while stamping down on the actual paper. Kind of draw an imaginary line as to where it is and then stamp down. That kind of helps me get that relatively straight. Now, on this stamp set, it doesn't really have any kind of like little extra bits that you might want to pop on to just add a little bit of oomph sometimes. So if you have that situation and you don't have anything, so what am I talking about? So for example, like here on Caroling Mice, it's got some little dots and some stars and all that. There isn't anything on this, and I don't really want to change stamp set at this point. So I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. Give it a good shake off screen so it doesn't make you dizzy. And then I'm going to, I think it would be good to have some light green. So get your granny apple green, give it a squeeze on the back, a bit more of a squeeze on the back. Or if you don't, if your fingers aren't up to squeezing, then just pop some on a block. And then we're going to make sure that our Wink of Stella's loaded. And to do that, I want to make sure that I can see stuff coming down here, down the barrel. If I can see stuff coming down here, the barrel, it's okay. If not, I would push where it says push and push, squeeze those two together, and you'll see more come out down the barrel there. I'm picking up my granny apple green and I'm going to flick it using the lid. So flick away using the lid, turn it round, flick away. Now, if you don't have a Wink of Stella, you can do this with a normal paintbrush. But if you do it with a Wink of Stella, then it gets shiny and sparkly. So we'll just add a bit more of that. Because what's a Christmas card without sparkle, right? There we go. Now, I'm probably going to want to use that again. So I'm just going to keep that separate. Otherwise, you end up with green all over your pen arm rather. So I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see the dots for sure, but I don't know if you can see how sparkly they are. But they're just pretty. Good sparkle going there. So that just gives you a lovely, just a little extra touch to your Christmas card. And as that dries, we will glue that to the back of this, to the front rather of this granny apple green layer, which we will then add onto our sweet sorbet base. Now, how simple a Christmas card is that? And if you want to, and you've got the Stamparatus, the stamping platform, you could set those all up on the plates, one on one side, one on the other, and then go back through and do all your Christmas wishes and your sprinkles. You could make loads and loads of Christmas cards all in one hit, just using 3 stamps in a Wink of Stella. No, 4 stamps, I guess, isn't it? Because it's 2 each of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 stamps, but 1 stamp set and the Wink of Stella. There we go. Isn't that cute? It's very simple, but very, very sweet. And if you wanted to, you could add extra embellishments. You could add rhinestones or whatever on top of that. I quite like that just as it is. Hello, we've got some new joiners. Hi, Joe. Hello, and Sue. Hi. And Sue says she loves my colour combo. Oh, look, Joe says lovely, my type of card. Sue says love the colour combo. Yeah, it's really simple. Very simple, but very effective, I think. Okay, so that's the first card. Now I'm just going to wash all my stamps while we have a bit of a chat. So apart from those people who've been to retreat, of which on here there are many, what have you all been up to this weekend? Anything nice? Don't tell me about Strictly because we haven't watched it, because I gave up Strictly to do the retreat. Shocking. But you know, I do that every year. At least one of the weekends is always on Strictly weekend. So but yeah, hopefully everyone's been crafting. I put a challenge into the group, I think, to get crafting while I was away. And I know all my retreat people have been crafting all weekend. They must be exhausted by now, having done all that fub stuff that we did at the weekend. Right, okay, so I'm going to have a quick swig of my tea. Any questions at that point, either on the folding or simple stamping like that? No, good. On to the next one then. So the next one we're going to talk about, where's my other one? There it is. Oh, that's a step down. That's a smaller one. Okay, I'll hold that back for a minute then. The next one we're going to talk about is how to make, oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that with the black. That's very nice, isn't it? Lush. So we're going to talk about making cards for Christmas with non-stamping, like non-standard colours. So here I've got Bermuda Bay, Highland Heather and Coastal Cabana. And there's no reason why you can't do holly leaves in these colours. There's absolutely nothing in the world that says it has to be green and red. It's just our head thinks it has to be that, but we can change that. So let's grab some of these. I also wanted to remind you that today is the last day that you can book in for my stamp camp. So over the last couple of weeks, I've shared with you some of the Joyful Flurry projects and a couple of the projects that we're going to make at Stamp Camp. You'll have 10 projects to make and it's all online. Okay, so if you go there, click that button, you can order your Stamp Camp and join in with us. So you'll get a video tutorial and a PDF step-by-step of all 10 projects. And you don't have to wait for me to be around or anything. It's all going to be recorded. There's no physical class, so you don't have to be, you don't have to sit in and wait for me or be on Zoom or anything like that. So one of the things we learned this weekend was a bit about masking. So I need my berries. Where are my berries? Or as I kept calling them, cherries. They're not cherries, they're berries. Here we go. So we're going to do a little bit of masking, not a lot, just a little bit of masking. And masking allows you to have a 3D subject, so it just means that something's going to be at the forefront of your image, and then the other things are going to be behind. So we'll go in, and I'm going to go in with, I'm going to bring it down here, I think. This is Highland Heather, so it'll dry lighter than that. Then I'm going to put the, but I'm going to overstamp it in Highland Heather as well. Okay, so some will go lighter and some will go darker. And then this just adds that little spot of like added depth, so it looks like it's got some light and shadow to it. Can you see that? It's got some light and shade going on. It's bad. Donna says they're decorating and you need to finish your Halloween treats. Oh boy, yes you do, because it's nearly here. It's next week. You've got to get your Halloween stuff done for sure. Cheryl says she's been crafting using trimming the tree, and it was her grandson's first birthday party. Oh, and Christmas shopping. Wow, Cheryl, you've had a very busy weekend. Nearly as busy as mine. That's cool. Excellent. How lovely. Okay, so now we're going to go with the big, with the big leaf. I was just debating then. So, you got to put your mask on. Put your mask on. Okay. So we'll do this leaf here. Coastal Cabana. And then little leaves. I want that one to sit behind that one, so I'm going to get my big leaf mask out. And it's always handy just to keep them in your pack, and then you know what your masks are for, keeps them safe. And because these have got dies, they're really, really easy to cut the masks for. Very simple. So this one can kind of come in here. And then this one I'm going to come in over here. And I'm not going to do quite so much masked area. Now you just need to press a little firmer and hold it a little longer next to the masked area, like so. Okay. Now before I take that mask off, I'm going to do my detail. Should have done my detail on the other one first, but it doesn't matter, I can do that afterwards, so that's okay. So we'll do the detail in the little ones in Bermuda Bay. So this is Bermuda Bay. So we'll just pop that on. I've seen your question. I'll come back to you in 2 ticks about the masking. So I'll tell you that in 2 ticks. Okay, so that comes on here. Lean that there. Okay, so Donna had a question. And hi Deb. Donna had a question. What did you use to make the mask? Well, we sell masking paper. So I used our masking paper. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Is it in here? Yes, it's in here. So we sell this thing called masking paper, and they're very, very, very thin sheets. And I mean like exceptionally thin. But they're sticky backed, but it's not permanent sticky. Okay, so I just die cut them out of this masking paper, get 12 sheets in a pack, die cut out the image, and then use that as my mask. It's really easy and very effective. So if you don't have it, you can try grid paper. It's not as good, but it's a passable option. Right, let's do this one. Alison's in recovery. You haven't even eaten yet today because you're still so full up from all the meals and pastries and all that kind of stuff. I know it was full on, wasn't it? Like 4 snacks a day, plus lunch, plus Christmas dinner. We had Christmas dinner on Saturday night, which was just amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to take this one off, and you'll see how this one then now looks like it's in front of the other leaves. Okay, and then I'll just do the detail for that one because I didn't do the detail for that one, and it looks a bit odd, so we need to do the detail on there. Okay, line up, line up, line up, line up. Okay, there we go. Look at that, isn't it just stunning? And then finally, you just take off the mask for the berries, and then your berries are at the front as well. Now, if you want to, you can stamp and cut round it by hand, and you will get closer because obviously the die cut always leaves a little bit of an extra edge to it. But I actually quite like that look. But doesn't it make this leaf pop forward like it's standing out from the card when actually it's a flat card? So I really love that technique. And then I think I'm going to use the Bermuda Bay and just do a little sentiment on here. So we've done Christmas wishes. I've got season's greetings, which is also a good one. or you can make up peace and joy, or you've got from our home to yours to friends near and far. I think I'm going to go just with season's greetings down there. So, and I'm going to do it in the Bermuda Bay, I think. And again, lining up with my paper. Lining up with the bottom of the card and also that line across the grid paper. There we go. This time I'm going to do some flicking, but I'm going to use the Highland Heather just up here a little bit. So I'm going to get my other Wink Stella out, because I always have two. It's always handy to have two on the go. Give it a good shake. Here we go. And then pick up this. And we'll just add a bit of a flick. Just at the top here, I think. This one's coming out a little finer. I think I've got less wink. There we go. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. Also needs clean. Put that down there. So now we've got just a little bit of a wink and a little bit of a splotchies going on behind there. That's good. Yes, you could Wink Stella the berries as well, but then I think it might detract from the two-tone stamping. That's the only thing that I find with Wink. Sometimes it does blur the colours together, because technically it is water and glycerin mixed, so it can just blur the lines of your stamping occasionally. But I might just put it on those little top bits. I think that's a good call, Deb. Just have a little bit on just the top, just around here maybe. But yeah, see, it makes it as dark as the rest of it, which is what I was kind of a bit worried about. So then that highlighting looks a bit odd. Probably should have just highlighted the bit that's dark, but never mind. Never mind. Then I'm going to pop that on here. What I might do is I might just go over it all now, because otherwise it's going to look weird. So I'm going to have to go over it all. And then hopefully it will bring that highlighting back again at the bottom. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so that's that one. And then for my last one, I thought I would do some different generational stamping. So we've got plain stamping, and then masked stamping, and next I want to do some generational stamping. I'm going to stick with my colour scheme. I'd also love to add a little bit of also have to add a little bit of embossing. The snowflake one is great with the festive flurry. Not the festive flurry, the joyful flurry. But I think these would be quite nice with this, but I don't have my big machine out. Not sure. Might come back to that. Might see if I can come back to that. Okay, so you can stamp onto coloured cardstock. So if I get my gorgeous grip out, you can do tone on tone stamping. So we'll do that as well. I'm just adding it all in. but I'm only going to do for the tone on tone stamping the really detailed one, because the one that's like just more covered surface wouldn't look quite so good, I don't think, on here, whereas tone on tone stamping with the little detailed lines can look great. So we'll do some of these, because this also can add real depth to your project. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Ooh. They always look like feathers when they're like this, leaves. I like this look. So, and they sort of don't interlock, which is I also kind of like. So you can't really get them too repetitive, because they actually don't interlock, as it were, in a set format. So this one I could put up here, or I could do this and put this down here, and I think I like this better. Don't mind leaving a bit of gap between, that looks okay. And we'll pop this bit in here. And you still know that it's holly leaves, even though it's a different colour. This one will be good here, coming in here. Okay. And then this one we'll do across there, I think. Looks good. There we go. And then this is missing a bit, so we'll just pop a bit in this way. It doesn't have to be much, but it just enough to fill that up. That is very pretty. I like that a lot. Okay. Thank you, Bev. Yeah, it does. It comes up beautifully, just like that. Just like that. Now, I don't want to hide too much of that, so I'm thinking a smaller piece of white. I actually really just like that as it is. Can I just say that? Just like that as it is. I've gone off on a completely different tangent now with the card that I'm thinking of, because we could just do that and then put a sentiment there, punched. I like that very much. Okay, so in fact, I'm thinking just the strip. And then I've got some coastal banner down here. Okay, I might have to make another card, because this wasn't what I was doing. I always go off at tangents. And the good thing is I know it's not just me. Okay. So I've got a piece of coastal banner. Oh, and a bit of vellum would look nice on this. Here she goes again. Here she goes. Bit of vellum, bit of this, bit of that. Oh, see, now you could just make that lovely with a bit of vellum behind it there. Okay. Maybe not now with the coastal banner. Decisions. I do make things up on the fly. Did I tell you that? No, I kind of prefer it with the. I'm going with Coastal Cabana. Right, let's have a look. It does seem a shame to cover it exactly, Sharon. That's exactly the way I'm thinking. Now, I don't think these will fit. No, they don't fit, but the little one would. So let's do. Let's do To Friends Near and Far. I think that's a nice one. Okay, so now all I need is a small piece of white. I'm going to keep that piece of white so I can show you the bit I wanted to show you in the first place. Let's do this. Let's do People say, do you plan your lives? And I go, yeah, I plan them, but they never go as I exactly plan, because I always end up going off on a tangent about something. But, you know, that's okay. Right, sorry, I just did that off screen, but just wanted to stamp that. And then, there we go. Keep it away from your ink pad, because otherwise it can go in there. So that's to friends near and far. And then I'm going to punch this out of here. Oh, I missed the edge. Did I? Oh no. Yeah, sometimes if you get too close to the edge, you can get it a bit whispery. So just be careful with that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? So now we're just going to start layering up. To friends near and far. Ooh, make sure that's straight. There we go, looks better. I'm just doing that flat. Let's put the ink away before I make a complete hash of everything. We're going to glue that to that. And I like the fact we've now got this big border around it, because big border works. Okay. And then I can dimensional, hurrah. Let's get some dimensionals going. Now, again, I could splatter it with Wink Castella if I wanted to, or I could just add some rhinestones. And I think this time I might just add some rhinestones. That's straight. That's straight. That's nice, isn't it? That come out okay? Okay, there's a question from Jane. Could you stamp the sentiment onto the vellum? No, it won't dry unless I use StazOn. So, unless I did some heat embossing with it. That's the only other way to get that to stay on vellum with our inks, because they're water based. You need to run through the inks masterclass in the membership, Jane, because we talk about that in there, all the different inks and their uses. So have a look at that and just go through that, and it tells you why and all that, and it shows you the various different things about what you can and can't do and how to work stuff. Okay. So I don't want to go crazy. I'm just going to do a few splattering rhinestones. And then that looks like that. See this sparkly. Isn't that cool? Oh, you have done, but you've got a terrible memory. That's okay. Write yourself little notes. That's what I reckon. It's okay when you're just watching something, but when you're actually trying to do something yourself, then make sure you've got notes so that you know what. Print out the page. That's what I would say. You're tired from the weekend, so I'm not surprised you can't remember, but print out the page, the workbook in the membership that you get as part of that course. That will help. There we go. Well, there you go. That's 3 in. I was going to do a little bit of. I'll just do a little piece of multi-generational stamping so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll probably put it together as a card afterwards. I might put it together this weekend for the when I'm doing the online retreat, and then I'll share it and you can see what it looks like. So generational stamping. Let's do this one in that's somebody at the door. Oh, I've frozen. Oh, I'm back again. That's somebody at the door, but thankfully Sean's here. So he's going to get that for me. I'm going to do these, I think, in shaded spruce. Let's try shaded spruce. They look good in that, I think. Okay. So, because a nice dark then shows really well when you do it multi-generational. So multi-generational just means that you're stamping it once, twice, three times from the same for one inking. But it gives you such great looks. The only thing you have to remember is you can't now stamp that again. Can you see why? If I stamped that again completely on the paper, this piece would be second generation and this piece would still be first generation because that went off the edge of the paper. So you need to clean that off, stamp it again in your ink pad, so ink it up again, and then come back in and do anything that you want to do first generation. Okay. If you want to do some second generation, ink it, stamp it again off, and then come back in. Now I'm actually going to go over here and not worry about the fact that I'm going over, because with first and second generation it doesn't matter. Put that over there. Stamp this off, stamp this down, stamp this over, because you get like a ghost impression. See what I mean? I'm going to do this way. Oh, too dark. Do one of these ones very lightly. 1, 2. Still too much lighter than that. There we go, that's quite good. Really light. 1, 2, 3. Let's come in for 4. Sometimes you just have to try it and see. See, even that's pretty dark still. I want to do something in there that's really light. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not too bad. And so you just build it up like that really, and then you can go back and say, well, actually, I'm going to have a little bit of an overlay of a second generation here. It'll look darker again. And possibly a bit there. And so you get this, and you can do it in different colours. You don't have to just keep doing it in the same colour. You can add different colours in, and it just creates this lovely background. So that's another way of making a background, which you could then just, you know, add to your card base. What's this? This is the poppy. You actually, shaded spruce and poppy parade also works quite nicely together. So then you could just add that on a base. Add, you could do die cut out some leaves at the beginning, at the front, and pop those on, or just put a sentiment across the middle of it. So there you go. It's been all about the stamping today. All about the stamping. I hope you've learned lots. Don't forget, as I said, if you want to book in for my Joyful Flurry Stamp Camp, then you need to click in here. If you'd like to book into any of my other classes, then you can book in just directly here, but you can't book in for Stamp Camp that way. Not and have all the options. You need to use a special link. So this for any of my other, oh, let's get these in a line where people can actually see the things. So if you want to book in for Stamp Camp, then you have to use the specific Stamp Camp link. If you go to the other classes link, then you will see all the information about next year's retreat as well. Oops, coming back on. There we go. That's good. Don't forget, I'm going to pick a winner, and somebody's going to earn a winner card. So let's do that now. Tell me what your favourite one is, maybe. Yeah, I know. Oh dear, that's not good. Margaret says my doorbell rang and my internet went off. Oh dear. Yeah, I definitely had a blip, but I didn't think it was like nationwide. I'm sorry if my doorbell caused that nationwide. But yes, tell me what your favourite one is, because I'm going to be sending a card out. Oh, smashing. Yes. Have a look at the recording. That would be great. Thank you. That's so kind, Melly. Thank you, Carol. Lovely to see you here. Oh dear. Jane says she likes the middle one. This one, which was the one I wasn't really intending to do. Very different, this one. But so easy. And that's what I mean. There's so many options. And when you see tomorrow's Suite of Possibilities, you're going to see designs from me, designs from Katina, and I can promise you they'll all be different, and none of them will be the same as what I did at retreat. And then next week I'm going to come back and show you another set of stuff to do that we did at retreat. Margaret says she likes the first one. Carol says the middle one. Season's Greeting says Sue. The one using the mask, yeah, okay. Middle one says Alison. The purple berry one, yeah, I like that one too very much, because it's just different, isn't it? And actually, can you see now that the Wink Stella is dried, all of that definition that was in the double stamping has come back, and it is sparkly. So yeah, it's nice. Right, let's pick a winner then, and don't forget that I will be here again, same time, same place next week. You can, if I really do recommend you start following me and doing these on YouTube channel, because soon I won't be doing them on my Facebook page. I'll do them in the group, but not in my Facebook page. So you'll need to be on my YouTube channel to see them publicly. Let me do the giveaway, and we'll just pick a card. I like to pick a winner for a card, and I send them everywhere. So we'll choose our broadcast. Where am I? Oops, no, all the way up here. Choose broadcast. Right, then I'm going to share my screen. This one. There we go. Right. So everybody should have been commenting. We're going to start collecting all the comments. Oh, we've got 15 entries this time. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to draw. Drum roll, please. I love this bit. I love this bit where everyone goes, "Ooh, whizzy, 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 whizzy," all the way around. And it doesn't matter where you are, which channel you come in from. It picks you up. Joe, well done, Joe. Huge congratulations. Oh, that's fab. Let's come back to me. Oh, let's turn that one up. It's a bit dark. The first one is your colours. So this one, the first one, the traditional one, might just put your name on that one then, Joe, since that's the one you like. Oh, let's turn that down. It's a bit bright. Oh, that's cheered up your work day. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah, that's on its way. Because that's handy, because actually these two are my favourites because they're my colours. Even though at the moment I'm more of a this colour. So thank you ever so much for watching. I'm sorry I'm so croaky. We just laughed and talked so much over the weekend. My voice is gone. But I do hope that you found some of that helpful. And as I say, don't forget to book in for Stamp Camp. Soon I will have all of my retreat dates. So all of the in-person retreat dates are up. Soon I will have all of my online retreats, which are not the same. Next year they're going to be, my online retreats will be my paper party retreats. And I'll be doing 3 paper party retreats next year with Katina. So they will be going up shortly, so you'll be able to book those in. If you want to, and you can, come to the in-person ones at Farnborough in Surrey. No, Farnborough in Hampshire, not the other Farnborough. Farnborough in Hampshire, which is 20 minutes from Guildford, 40 minutes from Southampton, probably a couple of hours from Wales, a couple of hours from Kent, 4 or 5 hours, I guess, from Manchester and that way up. If you do want to come, then all the dates for those are up and you can book them now. I can tell you there's one in February, April, July and October. Those are the dates you need to worry about. But if you're coming to retreat, or if you've been at retreat, please wait and use the thing that I gave you yesterday. Or if you're coming at the weekend, you'll get early bird coupon codes, okay? I recommend nobody books right this second unless you're absolutely desperate, because I will be offering an early bird. But I always offer my retreat guests first chance at the Cherry, because there are limited spaces. So they will get to book in first, and then after that, but I know that people will go looking and you'll find it. So just if you're desperate, book in. But if you want the early bird coupon, let me know. If you are coming to retreat the weekend, you're going to get it then anyway. And everyone who came to retreat over the last weekend, you're going to get an email. So that's fine. So what else do I need to tell you? I think that's about it, really. Other than the fact that I'll be back next week. And I hope you have a lovely week and happy crafting. See you soon. Take care. Bye.